Hey, how we doing, guys?
Morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Kevin.
So the last episode of Schitt's Creek, I really loved it. The Whisper of Desire episode.
It was a lot of fun. It was a fun Johnny episode
It,
for sure.
we mentioned it before. Nobody plays distressed dad better than Eugene Levy.
No,
It's his thing.
right. Oh yeah,
He is the master of it.
you got you got a lot of actors. It's like when we watch New Girl.
Yeah.
And Jake Johnson just plays that disaffected schlub. It's a small character, right? As far as like range, maybe, but he crushes it better than anyone in Hollywood. Period. And I feel like you're right. Eugene Levy is that guy that if you need a distressed dad who's kind of in a comedy, right? Who's the straight man kind of losing it over his lack of control over his family. There's no one better than Eugene Levy for
I think
that.
TV shows work perfect for that.
For sure.
It's not typecasting. Well, if it's in a movie over and over again, you can become typecast doing that.
Right.
But on a TV show, it's perfect.
Well, yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you have the chance to do it week after week after week. You know what I mean?
Right. And you find other nuances, and we certainly see that with Johnny and everything. But yeah, that was such a great Johnny Rose episode.
And you know what? I feel like even the supporting cast is like really swinging for the fences now. Like Jocelyn, the actress who plays Jocelyn, she's having a lot of fun in the show.
She's having I
She's
feel like
kooky now.
Yeah, I mean her whole conceit when we started with her for probably a couple of seasons is I'm trying to be nice to Moira and she's making it hard. Right. That was kind of the role she filled, right? To be Moira's the straight man to Moira's out of control diva, right? And now we're getting more of Jocelyn kind of slipping out of control a little bit, which is a lot of fun, right? It's a new color, a new shade to Jocelyn, which I love.
Kind of like distressed mom.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
And she's great at it.
She is great at it. And Moira is not aloof by any means, but she's also kind of unaware of how people are handling certain situations.
Is unself-aware a word? Because I feel like that's what a lot of these characters are. And Moira's is really the forefront. Yeah,
the kids are kind of that too, but they're getting better.
Yeah, I feel like all of them have gotten better, but the kids have shown a lot more growth than Moira, and I think you have to. That's not a knock on Moira.
No, not at all.
I think she's a lot of fun as a diva character.
She's the one character I don't want to change.
Exactly. I don't want her. I want her to become to be nicer and a little more self-aware and a little more considerate of other people. And she is, but I don't want it to be so much that we lose a lot of the out of control, wacky fun with her that Johnny has to deal with.
But Johnny has to deal with. The whole town has to deal with.
Right.
Like I love watching her stress Jocelyn out. It's one of the funniest parts of the show.
Absolutely, taking over a cabaret, right? in the auditions. I wouldn't change anything about her there.
Do you think we get to see Cabaret?
I hope so.
We still haven't seen the Croning. The Croning, Crows Have Eyes. The Croning, is that what it was?
Yeah, somebody spoiled it a little bit on YouTube and said we're not done with the Croning. That's all they said. We're not done with the Croning. That's not that bad. I'd rather not know.
I'm glad that we might get something coming back though.
Right? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wanted to come back, but I prefer to be surprised by it.
I do too.
Like you said, like on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Shout out to all the viewers there who didn't every single one who didn't spoil anything about the return of Greg with the new actor, right?
Yeah,
no one spoiled that, and that came completely by surprise to us, and that's how we like to. Yeah. And it's more fun for the viewers too if our reactions are like legitimate. We had no idea what was happening. It's a lot of fun that way for everybody, right? Absolutely.
So, getting to experience this show is awesome. And
it is.
With you guys that have such love for these shows, it makes it worth all the while.
Oh, for sure. I love talking, and we get to have more fun than you guys because we get to watch something and then talk about it with other people, which is what you want to do when you watch something you really like, right? Is talk to other people about how great it was what you just watched, or even how bad it is sometimes.
We don't watch a lot of bad shows.
We don't. We've bailed on the stuff that we didn't really care for, and I'm not so sorry about that. It's a bad reaction. A bad movie, sure. A bad television show.
That'd be tough.
That'd be tough. That'd be bad for everybody. Oh, yeah. We do want to welcome some Patreon subscribers the last couple of days, guys. So Sherry Gunthar, Just Lily, James Lester, Eric Gustafson, Michael Barsana, and Lucy McGowan. Thanks so much, guys, and welcome. We appreciate you being here with us.
We sure do. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you don't mind hitting the like button for us, please leave us a comment down below. And if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content coming your way.
Absolutely. If you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else that we've watched or currently watching, check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. As far as Schitt's Creek goes, we are several episodes ahead over there, so if you want, after this, you can just pop on over to our Patreon and watch the next 4 if you are so inclined. Right. You'll need to sync and watch along on your own device. We are watching on Hulu. We are also currently watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive and loving it.
Hilarious.
It is.
It's the last day of our auditions, Moira. We might have to lower
Oh, we
our
are still
standards
going
if
on
we
a
don't
cabaret.
find our lead.
Lowering your standards is a slippery slope, Jocelyn.
Congratulations, Johnny. I never thought I'd see this little motel recognized for anything besides the occasional cockroach.
I'm not putting too much stock in regional hospitality awards.
The revisions for your acceptance
yes,
speech
you
are
are.
on the vanity deal.
Well, thank you, sweetheart.
And it should be. That's a big deal.
Fine, I'll do it.
Do what, dear?
I'll step in as the star of your musical.
No!
I
You
mean,
think
we
she's
did
any
spend
good?
all that money flying
Yeah.
in Barbara
Oh, yeah.
Streisand's vocal coach that summer. Alexis wanted to be the next Jessica Simpson.
Well, I'm sure that Alexis has a song that she could sing for the audition.
Audition? Okay, do I have to remind you about the album that I released?
I think Moira doesn't think she's very good. Either that's Moira's ego or she's actually not very good. You know what I mean?
For talent.
That's true.
Maybe she is bad.
Right.
You know,
but
it's
don't
not a
wear it.
bad thing to admit you really care about these awards, Stevie. You're bringing a bag?
It's a weekend bag. I'm going away for the weekend.
Oh.
I told you I'm taking Monday off. Amir is presenting at the awards, so I just thought I might drive around with him for a few days after.
Oh. The jacket, Roland. You know you're not going to the awards.
Okay.
Johnny, you asked me to manage the motel while you were away.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Okay.
going to show up just dressed like some schlub.
Just don't get the big reveal. It's a
Thanks.
bathroom. It's not just a bathroom, David. It's a passion project. Kill to be that passionate about a bathroom.
Yeah, you know what? You were right. It does look beautiful.
What the?
So I'm confused. Where does the bathroom start?
This installation was
Plenty
just
of nice
supposed to last
stores
2
that have,
days.
like, so-so
and
bathrooms
now
area.
half of our store is covered in tarps, and David's organized some writers' retreat for tomorrow night.
We're working as best as we can. You have my cell.
That's what's
Exactly.
going to finish today, because that's what we discussed. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, it's just that you waited until after she left to put your little foot down, so I'm just not sure if she's aware of that plan.
I feel like we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I think that we should bring Alexis in.
Jabberwocky. There are still stones left unturned. Alexis just doesn't have the life experience.
Really? Because according to her stories,
Well, she's had her fair share of adventures, yes.
You know what, Moira? I'm gonna bring Alexis in. And don't worry, I will handle the audition so it is less of a struggle for you.
If we win, and I know that's a big if, do you think you'll be doing any talking up there?
It's all you, Mr. Rose.
Okay.
He's excited. Stay
He
with
is,
him.
yeah.
Let him have this.
It's a big deal that what was just a garbage motel is now being recognized. Yeah.
He's so sweet, you know?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
My uncle's a contractor. I know how this
It's
works.
smart.
You got to stay on top of it, or they will find a million reasons to just drag it out.
Is this
Well,
an
my
episode where
ex-best friend
Patrick
was a
blows
crisis
it?
manager.
I just don't see Patrick or David doing a good job with Ronnie and of browbeating Ronnie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She seems pretty tough.
You know, I'm just saying, the bathroom was supposed to be done today, and you say you're working as fast as you can, but here I find you with Roland. Is everything okay?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, no, I was just telling Ronnie what a great job she's doing on the bathroom.
I didn't.
I'd be a little mad. I'd be a little irritated. If I was Ronnie, I'd be a little irritated.
I would too. Well, I didn't see there was any way that Patrick, who's a really nice guy, was gonna, kind of browbeat Ronnie, who's very tough.
It was supposed to be done that day. That's one
Right,
thing.
right.
They ran out of tile.
Yeah.
So
If she doesn't have it, she doesn't have
you
it.
gotta do
Yeah.
it,
A little bit Alexis. Ooh. Feel free to sing along if you know the words.
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Hot mess. Here we go.
Are you ready?
No, you know what? I think that just that 30 seconds is more than enough to go off of. Yeah. Well, we do have to see all the other candidates, but we will definitely get back to you.
Okay. Okay.
Moira, I saw your talent and I thought, well, the apple can't fall far from the tree.
Different orchard, Jocelyn. We are at the precise intersection of which I tried to steer us clear.
That's true. It's on Jocelyn.
Just thought I'd tag along with you for a few days, tour the best and brightest in dusty roadside accommodations.
Oh.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if we're still joking around.
Well, I took Monday off, and I know you
She
have a few
invited
more
herself
motels to
along and
hit.
didn't.
Because, I thought this was just something
How many
great
gunslingers
that
is this as it
happened when
ends?
happened.
I think soon.
It
Yeah.
is. But what if it could change?
Oh man, that sucks, Stevie.
Sorry, I don't see that happening.
And Stevie. It's Stevie's no fault.
Yeah. I really feel bad for her right now. Now she has to go up on stage and act like she's happy.
That sucks.
When her boyfriend just said, "I'm not that serious about you."
Ugh.
That does
awful.
suck.
That's
Yeah,
so terrible.
it is.
I mean, look, you can't force somebody to do
No. He's not. Neither one of them are doing anything wrong. It's just not going to work.
unless he's got a secret girlfriend he's hiding or something. You know what I mean? Which I don't think that's the case.
I don't know.
After very careful consideration, I've decided that you are overqualified for the role.
Who did you pick?
We're still looking.
So you picked
you had to cast
no
it
one
first.
over me. What's better than the lead?
Yes, I'm curious about that as well. Kit Kat Club dancer number 6.
I would have my agent accept that offer, dear.
Yes.
That partner, huh? Not bad for a couple of years' work. Hey, trust me, I'm just as shocked as you are. Your weekend plans got pushed? Or
No, just canceled. It was a stupid idea anyways. I don't know what it was.
Stevie.
why don't we beat the traffic and just
Yeah,
head
good
home?
man.
'Cause I gotta be honest, I'm feeling awfully tired, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Johnny's the best.
No,
man.
Johnny's the best. He handled
is the
everything
best.
there right. He did everything. Now, sometimes he puts his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
He didn't there on any level. He did that perfectly.
We want to apologize for the miscommunication this afternoon.
We.
So, what would be the update on the tiles?
Funny you should ask. I was just heading out to run them over.
I was made aware there was a loss as well.
Johnny's a great guy.
Yeah, working the front desk of a motel her whole life isn't exactly a turn on.
Well,
I was
that's
speaking of
dumb.
his
That's not
loss.
true, right?
Oh
my
What is
God.
this?
I didn't even think about that.
Just a gift that once jolted me out of my little podunk routine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I should have led with this. Please tell me you can sing.
I sing in the car.
Good enough.
I like this a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. This is a really sweet episode.
That's so awesome. I almost got me there.
Yeah, no, it did.
This show often has like 2 different storylines or even 3 different storylines going on, and they never really converge. They actually did this time. Like
They did, right?
That's really breaking formula.
Yeah, I mean, they had 2 that didn't, right?
Yeah.
The Ronnie stuff didn't.
No, I know, but like usually in an episode, they
Right.
have these multiple storylines going on, but they never cross
Right,
paths.
and we did here with the musical and
Yeah.
the hotel thing, for sure. And you're right, that hasn't really happened before. We really got to see the best of Moira and Johnny when it came to Stevie here, didn't we?
We did.
They were both really sweet about the personal hit that she took here.
The amount of compassion they're capable of is insane. You know, like
Yeah.
they're so different than season 1.
Aren't they?
Like, it's
well, yeah,
night and day.
like, and I think that's part of what the show's about, right? Ultimately, is they were rich, they were selfish, they were very self focused. Their family wasn't close because they were so self focused, right?
Yeah.
And then when they lose everything and end up in this situation, they first get warmer with each other, and now with everyone else, right? It's kind of like an extended family now, to where their capacity for caring is really growing.
It is an extended family. You're right, and I guess the Amir thing is not happening anymore.
Right.
So the show is so good with relationships in terms of like dating as well.
Yeah.
You know, that I really thought that he was going to stick around, and that obviously is just not going to happen.
Yeah, well, I thought it was easy to have him stick around. I didn't really think too much about it. Not like I think about like Ted and Alexis or Patrick, obviously, and David. But with theirs, I always thought it's easy because he's away so much. Logistically, you can have episodes when her boyfriend's there, and a lot of episodes where he's not mentioned or around or anything because he's a traveling worker. So I thought it'd be easy to keep him around.
He's busy,
but instead we needed to do this, and I think it's going to be just as big that she's single now as that we are going to get to see her take on something completely new, which is playing a character in Cabaret.
And also, it's a pretty realistic end to a relationship, I guess. You know, like they were just having fun.
Right.
Everybody's been in that situation before when it's time to face the music. Hey, what is this? It's either, continue with it, or it's just like, hey, this is just casual.
Right. And I really appreciate the fact that nobody was the bad guy here, because I feel like so much lazy TV writing is when a boyfriend or girlfriend or a dating situation ends, one person is at fault for selfishness or just mistreating the other person, whatever. Someone's at fault, being petty, whatever it is, and one person's kind of a victim, and that didn't happen here. They just wanted different things.
Exactly. And I think the timing wasn't great.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Right as you're about to go on stage. That's not great timing, Amir. He could have waited, but at the same time,
I don't think he could have.
he was kind of shocked by it, I guess.
Yeah, I think she put him in that position right there. She's like, by the way, I brought my bag. I'm going around with you the next few days.
Yeah.
It's kind of her fault too in making that huge assumption without like, hey, what are your plans?
Yeah.
What do you like on the phone? What do you think if I come? Like she just assumed it would be okay. And I'm not saying she's wrong. She thought she was in a different kind of relationship,
Yeah.
but it did put him in a position where he couldn't wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it would have been worse to let her twist throughout the night and be like, hey, by the way, you know that thing you said an hour ago, whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't a d-bag about
Right,
it.
yeah, he wasn't. He was very direct and open and honest.
Yeah.
I thought he handled that as well as you can handle it. And again, this is a great show, and I appreciate the fact that it was just like, hey, no one's to blame here. Not every relationship is supposed to last forever.
It's a good show where it can have some pretty juvenile jokes, but at the same time, it's pretty grown up.
Isn't that amazing?
It's pretty grown up.
Like, there's all levels. There's so many levels to this, right? In terms of like levels of high and low comedy, but also when they bring in sweet dramatic elements, they blend them in so well into the characters and into the story that it's seamless and it fits and it makes sense and it's never jarring.
This is really nice because before we shot this episode, we just talked about 2 underrated movies, right? And those are both very mature,
right?
Comedies.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
I feel like this is in the same lineage. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's definitely a connective tissue to it.
There is, and it's amazing how this show has kind of evolved when you think about what it was when it started, the kind of sitcom-y comedy it was, into what it is now.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, there's such an evolution to it, you know, and we see so many shows that kind of fall apart as they start to age into later seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 4 seasons in here, or 5 seasons in here, right?
This is 5 seasons.
This is 5, yeah. We're 5 seasons in now, and that's when a lot of shows really start to derail. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've been on TV too long. We've shot too many episodes. We've lived these characters too long. We're jumping the shark to try to find a way to keep the stories moving forward. And this one just seems to, like, they keep honing in on more nuance and better levels and better character traits.
It's aging well.
Very well.
It's getting better and better and better.
I absolutely.
It's kind of like, I think somebody described the show as the anti-Breaking Bad.
It is the anti-Breaking Bad, yeah.
But in the same way, like Breaking Bad, I felt like with that show, it got better with each season,
No, it did.
Because
I feel like it did.
It's leading to something, right? It's escalating. And this is the same thing. I don't know what it's leading to. But
I don't either.
But I'm enjoying it,
I feel like this show was going to have a resolution that makes sense as a resolution.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what that could possibly be.
I'm fine with just letting the show figure it out.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's really good. Like, I never in a million years expected Stevie to take the cabaret part.
No, or more to even offer it.
And they didn't even, like, hint at it or dangle it in front of us to be like, hey, this is where this is going.
Right.
Comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't feel forced. It feels perfect.
Right. I love the fact that, like, we didn't even have a moment where Stevie said, I would like to be in a musical, or I like to sing. Or we had nothing leading up to that to set it up.
She hates people.
Yep.
And, sometimes it takes an event like this to really get you out of your comfort zone. So, hats off to the show.
And, I mean, let's face it, we are talking about community theater.
Yeah, it's not high stakes.
Right, yeah. It's not like Broadway show. We either make it or we shut down after 3 days when the reviews come out.
Well, okay, so is that what Waiting for Guffman is? Searching for Guffman, what is it?
But Waiting for Guffman, I know the concept, and we should watch it on the channel. Because the thing I know about it is that it's a community theater.
Oh, okay.
Not Broadway.
I knew it was some kind of theater. I've never seen it, so I don't know. But I know Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy.
Right.
That's why I brought it up.
Right. Of the work of that group, that Christopher Guest group, Spinal Tap is the one I've seen a lot.
I haven't seen it. That's a big blind spot for me as well, guys. So eventually we will watch them.
Right. We probably won't do Spinal Tap because I've seen it like 100 times because I love Spinal Tap.
And I'm sure there's probably a million Spinal Tap reaction videos on YouTube too.
I'm sure there are. It's as big a classic as ever gets.
I'll do my homework.
I remember after the Oscars this year when Jamie Lee Curtis won her Best Supporting Actress for Everything Ever All at Once, she said there was some interview she was doing, and she said she watched Spinal Tap and saw Christopher Guest. It's like, I'm going to marry that guy.
She did,
and they've been married, for what, 40 years now?
long time.
Yeah. So good for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Catherine O'Hara was in Spinal Tap. I think Eugene Levy had a small part in it. I could be wrong. Like I said, I've seen it a million times, but I don't remember Catherine O'Hara being in it.
You watch it enough times, you kind of forget.
Right. I mean, I've seen it a million times, but not lately.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years.
Sure.
So I don't know if she's in it, but I know moving forward into those right, that resurgence of Christopher Guest mockumentaries that I think the two of them are in all of them. I think, and Fred Willard. is in all of them.
Fred
Yeah,
Willard.
R.I.P. Fred Willard. I've always loved Fred Willard.
I cried when I found that out. I was like,
I didn't know he was that old.
I know.
I was like, Fred Willard died. How old is he?
He was 50 for 40 years.
Yeah, right. He was almost 90. I'm like, really? He always looked so darn good. And obviously, he was like dyeing his hair, but who cares?
Well, funny enough, he was in one of the American Pie movies with Eugene Levy too.
Was he?
Yeah, I think it was Wedding. I don't know.
Oh,
Those
I
movies
didn't
are
see that
way
one.
easy to get mixed up, but
Oh, for sure. Especially when they started wandering into like straight to DVD format. I never saw any of those.
Not great.
All right. Thanks for being here with us, guys. This is, as always, a beautiful show, and it's we're halfway through season 5, and it can still find ways to surprise us in all the best ways.
I love it. Best sitcom ever.
It's up there. It's got to be in the conversation of best sitcoms ever. All right, we'll catch you on the next one, guys.
See ya.